Wisconsin. It's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Lions take over.
We see Matthew Stafford, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, set to pilot the offense of the Detroit Lions. On first down, Stafford here. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
First down, Lions.
On first and 10, Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On second and 10, Stafford. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Number 3.
Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
First down.
Well, folks, once again, the fireworks have begun to go off before the teams even entered the stadium for this one. You had some overactive fingers on social media, if you will, and that continued to make this one of the most public and personal feuds in the NFL.
And remember back in the day, if you got your comeuppance from starting something like this, if you talk trash and got beat previously, you didn't talk trash before the next game, but that's not the way of the world in the NFL nowadays. These guys continue to go after each other whether they win or lose. And the social media taunting, that continued this week. And lucky for us, we get a chance to see it play out on the field over the next 4 quarters.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a first and 10 at their own 23. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And oh, right away, he lost the football.
Matthew Stafford sacked.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
Taken in at the 11. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Lions will take over.
6-yard line.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off. I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. That's going to be caught. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. They'll run with Swift. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
On 2nd and goal, Stafford, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this 1st quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've been outplayed early, no question. On 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
On the pickup brings up 2nd.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Rodgers now on first down. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
At their own 19.
And you want to talk about active hands. These guys, these defensive backs, these linebackers, they've had active hands.
Almost reminds you of those great basketball teams, the ones that really defend, and we talk about the length that they have and able to get their hands on balls and have deflections and knock them away. That's what we're seeing here. Very difficult to get a pass into a receiver because there's always someone in the lanes.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw is Stafford. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
13 yards. First down, Detroit.
Stafford now to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Second and 10, Stafford again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Definitely worth taking in our deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Packers nothing.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Brings up
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And Brate, the tight end's got it.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again. Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Do that every time. Come on, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Stafford, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
At their own 38.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 38. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
At the 40.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 13 yards out. And the Packers are back within a score. Now, on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs for different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and a yard. Stafford going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Stafford on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, here's Stafford. This is caught. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal at the Packers.
2nd and goal from the 1. To the air again, Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Number 3.
From a yard And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before.
1st and 10 at their own 25.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one, his 1st incompletion in his last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down. And this one too low. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Stafford going to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Detroit.
Now it's Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard
So now Rodgers in the pack. Down by 9. A little over a minute and a half remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Underneath, he's got Brate. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Caught on the right side by Adams.
Rodgers pass.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side. Get that high.
After review of the play, the ruling on the
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And the lead is down to 2. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown they needed, but not the 2-point conversion, as this remains a 2-point deficit here in the final minute. "35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Open space inside the 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
So the focus shifts back to the Packers offense. Trailing in this one now. A little over 20 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Rodgers to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
Rodgers' pass intercepted by the Lions. They'll take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Tonight's final score line.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Detroit, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Packers, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.